Hey, Reliability Gang, I'm Jonathan Guiney.
And I'm Brendan Russ. Welcome to Reliability Radio, a JLL production, ReliabilityWeb.com media brand.
Finishing up day three? I guess it depends on, when you come to TRC and what your involvement is here.
You lose track of time.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. We're having a great time here. A couple podcasts, lots of great people we're talking to. I'm really excited for our next guest.
Yeah, so today with us, we got a very special treat. We got Matt Vilardebo here. He's from JLL, but I really want to hear Matt tell us his little bit of a story of his entire reliability journey.
Excellent. It's good to be here, guys. I appreciate this. So I started out this journey of mine as a youth. My father began working as a vibration analyst in the late 60s, early 70s. And I, grew up in this and around this. And I remember one of my first jobs was like taking apart vibration reports from the tractor-fed printer at his office and shipping them out to, FP&L and TECO power plants. As soon as I was 19, I was out in the field collecting data in power plants and wastewater and just working for Dad for a while, kind of learning from him where I could. And eventually, I decided to head out and find something else that would allow me to grow. I started to have this bigger interest in reliability, not just vibration analysis. So I ended up moving on to Allied Reliability, who we all know is a pretty big name in services. And it was there I was able to get certifications and really get some great mentors and some folks who helped kind of shepherd me along to get me where I'm at today.
So in all that time, right, essentially since as far back as you can remember, you've been involved in trying to make things proactive.
Correct.
Right? You've never been stuck in a place where it's like you had to learn that even existed. You started with the understanding and the knowledge that you need to have information on the condition of your assets to make an informed decision of what you need to do when.
Correct.
Right? That is a very unique position. He
essentially came out of the womb with that.
Yes.
When were you pulling those reports off the printer?
15, and gosh, that was 1980.
You don't have to date yourself.
Yeah. So, let's ask a question about that. That means for the last 40 plus years, you've been exposed to all of this.
Yes.
You've seen it. You've been down on that floor collecting it on paper machines. You've been up and looking at chiller plants and everything in between that this community and this world has to offer.
Correct.
What surprises you about all of that?
It's still kind of the mentality that you'll see where people will just let it ride. When it comes to asset failures, they'll walk on by it when they know it's making a noise it shouldn't. And, we know it works now. It's not, voodoo science or, Harry Potter wizardry anymore. We know reliability-centered maintenance and predictive maintenance work and provide results.
And yet we'll still walk by a bearing that's completely rotted out.
It sounds like a box of rocks.
It's like the shaft is riding on the housing. Like there are no rotating elements. I think all of us here have examples of just walking by belts just screaming. So why do you think that still persists?
I wish that's like the $1 million question, and I wish I had that magic wand. Sometimes I think it's just there's such a big elephant to take a bite out of one bite at a time that people need to consume. As maintenance managers, they sometimes will backburner things.
It's still running.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before. Or it's, you get the ubiquitous, hey, collect more data on that. Why don't you come in on Saturday and Sunday? Coming in on the weekend isn't going to fix the problem, right?
No, you can take all the vibration data
I'm just going to give you 2 more
Yeah.
data points. That thing's a piece of junk.
It's still a stage 4 bearing defect.
Sure. And then you'll say, hey, we need to change this out during the next shutdown next week. And then it doesn't happen. And then it crashes legitimately the next day when they come up on their startup. And you go to the maintenance supervisor and ask them, hey, I was pretty clear and insistent that this bearing was not going to make it. We knew it was going to go down. We knew we should replace it, yet we didn't. And we know what the answer is, verbatim from a maintenance manager when I asked that question. I wanted to get the full life out of that bearing.
Well, you just wasted a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I sit there and I kind of look at them. It's like, well, we don't want to shut it down. or I can't, I'm in the middle of a run. And I remember saying like, you know, you're going to give that to me, right? Like, no. Like, you're going to give me that pump.
One way or another.
You can either give it to me under controlled circumstances, or you can give it to me at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? It's like sometimes that gets really tense when you remind people it's going to happen.
Yeah, I can tell you, like, a story I like to share is when I was over in the Middle East working in Saudi Arabia, I found a bent shaft on a headstock of a very important belt, and they fought me on it tooth and nail. They didn't want to believe the shaft was bent, and I get it. It was a multi-million-dollar problem that was going to require not just a shutdown of the reject line of a belt system, which is important in mining, but it was going to make them have to engineer something in place to temporarily get along until we could get something shipped to the middle of nowhere, Saudi Arabia. So it was tough because they did keep it running, and it got to the point where you could see it wobble.
And how'd that end up?
It ended up when they pulled it, I got an award for identifying it, and it had all this run out on it when they took it in the machine shop and found it. But
congratulations, the thing you told us was going to happen happened.
Yeah,
right.
You did your job.
You did your job.
Good job, Matt. But I would, and even working in paper, everything falls apart in a paper plant. I mean, it just corrodes in place. And the bearings especially. And paper was one of those places where I'd see them, like Brendan had pointed out, well, I want to get every ounce of life out of that bearing I can. And I'm like, man.
Is there not a thing called the cost of downtime?
Or subsequent equipment damage, right?
And I think that's something that I think a lot of people in the community, as far advanced as we think we are with all of our technology and all of our case studies, all of our experience, I think we all still kind of get taken aback when something as simple as I've identified a fault. I think we need to address it. And it just goes.
Well, how many times do you not even document that within your system too, right? You go out and you do a ton of data analysis and you provide insights and you give people recommendations for improvement. How much of that stuff do you think actually gets into the CMMS as a work order?
Exactly. And it was only I could guarantee that at the one site that let me use Maximo to input information into their CMMS. Otherwise, it was, I hope they read my report and, or writing down what I put in the report or copying and pasting from that PDF file I sent them.
I mean, do you think some of that came from not understanding what you were telling them? Or there was a clear understanding, there was just a matter of disbelief?
I've seen it from everything from almost an arrogance, like this kid doesn't know what he's talking about, to, it's not that bad, to...
It's not on fire today.
It's tough, right? We're still operating. What do you mean the bearing's bad? I've seen people go touch it and tell me they think everything's fine. And I'm like, okay, so is the right hand calibrated for thermography and the left for vibration?
Tell me you actually said that to someone.
I did. It was an Egyptian supervisor over in Saudi Arabia.
And you're still here. That's good.
Oh, he got a kick out of it. They love the American sense of humor in the Middle East.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, let's not be a little doom and gloom about it.
No.
Right? I mean, have you seen that the adoption has increased over the course of your career?
Absolutely. I mean, it's gone from, like I said, people look at it like wizardry or necromancy or something, to it's a proven science. What we're delivering is fact based on data that is driven by folks who have years of experience and knowledge. So we are more plugged in also to the operational side of things. So as maintenance folks, we kind of get the impact of our decision making on production and operations.
So as we kind of look forward, right? Because everything about what we've been hearing about at TRC has been AI this week, right? As we move forward, and we always look at the utilization of technology, hopefully being a Band-Aid or a silver bullet or whatever it is to try to make it go forward. Are you knowing that trend of the adoptions going forward, do you think that will continue? Do you think that will accelerate? Or do you think that could be possibly like one of those red herrings where they don't really know what they're putting in under that same level of arrogance, the way you described it, and then it's like 2 steps back?
So from my observation going places, it is more folks that want to use that are using it now. And I think you're going to see almost a little bit of a lull and then another uptick again in it. It works. I believe in it. I was one of the early folks who didn't believe in it, but now I do. And I think like I said, I think you'll see like it plateau and then come back up again.
You almost described like a bathtub curve of probability of whether or not people
get
are going
worse
to
before
believe
it
in
gets
it.
better.
Yeah, it's like there's a
People are going
running
to
period.
realize that they actually have to have good data feeding some of this stuff, right?
Exactly. And I've sat through a lot of presentations on AI, and the general public still thinks we're talking about like thinking, feeling computers, and it's all like data recognition, pattern recognition, and it's only as good as what we put into it. So these aren't literal thinking machines.
Yeah, we had a lot of great conversations about that, kind of debunking some of the myths, some of the things that people are worried about. And it'll be really cool to kind of see how this thing transpires over the next couple of years.
I look forward to it.
We're all hopeful, right?
Yeah.
I think we're all hopeful. We all have that optimistic view.
Still need smart humans to interpret and make a final decision.
Exactly. It's not taking anybody's jobs. We know that. We still need analysts to review the data, ensure the accuracy of what, whatever, whether it's expert alert or something else is telling us.
As somebody that knows your day to day, I know that there's always more to do.
Yes.
So with that, as we start to close, Matt, do you have any final pieces of advice or anything you want to tell the community?
One last nugget.
Hang in there this year. I have a feeling this year is going to be interesting with the budgeting that some folks get, but let's stay focused and deliver the sort of data-driven excellence we know how to deliver using our predictive tools.
Yeah, that's awesome, Matt. Really appreciate you taking the time and talking to our base out there. Really happy to have you as part of the team. And for all of our listeners, we'll see you guys next time.
Excellent. Thanks, gents.